It's the Refined Reseller. Thanks for tuning in. So eBay has lowered final value fees in a couple of categories. What? I mean, can it be true? Find out coming up. So it's true, eBay has lowered final value fees in these two categories, business and industrials. I'm going to tell you all about it, but first please take the time to like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post future videos. So let's go. Starting now, if you sell the following items, you will pay a reduced final value fee. But be aware, this only applies to people who are now in managed payments. If you have not been switched over to managed payments, you will not get the discount. It's just a few categories and it may not apply to the average eBay seller, but it's some good information and I thought you should know about it. The categories are heavy equipment, parts and attachments, heavy equipment, printing and graphic arts, commercial printing presses, restaurant and food service, food trucks, trailers, and carts. So exactly how much are the fees being reduced? Well, it depends on whether or not you have an eBay store. If you have a store, you will pay less than if you don't have a store. Let's first start with those who have a store. You know, I do have a store. If you don't have a store, it may be worth your while to get one. Let's see what you will now pay in final value fees in these categories now that the final value fee has been reduced. So sellers with eBay stores will pay 2.5% on the total amount of the sale up to $15,000 calculated per item, plus 30 cents per order. Of course, you've got to get that 30 cents in there. Yeah, like that really matters. Plus, they will pay 0.5% on the portion of the sale over $15,000. Now, as you can see, the previous fees were more. Previously, a seller paid 3.85% on the total amount of the sale up to $15,000 calculated per item, plus 30 cents per order, then 2.35% on the portion of the sale over $15,000. So those are the numbers, and that's a really nice savings, so let's do the math. So let's say you sold an item for $25,000. Now you will pay 2.5% of the first $15,000. That is $375. Then you will pay 0.5% on the remaining $10,000, and that equals $50. So total in fees, you will pay $425 plus that 30 cents they throw in. Previously, you would have paid the following. $15,000 times 3.85% is $577.50. The remaining $10,000 you would have paid a 2.35% fee, and that equals $235. So the total fees you would have paid in the past is $812.50 plus that 30 cents. Now that's a pretty significant savings, and you know what? I'm kind of surprised eBay is doing this. I don't know what their motive is behind it, but I am glad they're doing it. So let's crunch the numbers. Here are the savings. Previously, you would have paid $812.50 in fees. With the new lower fees, you will now pay $435. That's a savings of $387.50, and that is significant. Now let's look at the fees for those who do not have a store or just have a starter store. With the new reduced fees, someone without a store or just a starter store will pay 3% on the total amount of the sale up to $15,000 calculated per item. That 30 cents is thrown in. Then they will pay 0.5% on the portion of the sale over $15,000. Previously, they paid 4.35% on the total amount of the sale, up to $15,000 calculated per item, that 30 cents, and then 2.35% on the portion of the sale over $15,000. So let's see the difference. If the item sold for $25,000, the person without a store now pays 3% on the $15,000, and that is $450. They then pay 0.5% on $10,000, that equals $50. So the total fees they will pay is $500 plus that 30 cents. Previously, they had paid on the first $15,000, $652.50. And on the $10,000, they paid $235, and that equals $887.50. And here's what they will save. Previously, they would have paid $887.50. They now pay $500, and the savings is $387.50. Now, if you notice the savings, if you have a store or you don't have a store, it's the same amount, $387.50. Finally, when comparing final value fees with someone who has a store as opposed to someone who does not have a store or has just a starter store, it's really not that much, so let's go over those numbers. eBay sellers without a store will pay 3% on the first $15,000 instead of 2.5% that a person with a store pays. Everything else remains the same. That's a 5% difference and a savings of $75. So if you have a store, you're going to save a little bit. It's not a lot of money, so if you're not selling a lot of items, maybe you don't need a store, and it's okay that you pay a little bit more just to sell an item in one of these categories. So that's it. I know it's a lot of math. I personally do not sell items like this. Maybe you do. And I hope you learned something from watching this video. If you did, please take the time to like it, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. This is the Refined Reseller saying, as always, do like me. Buy low, sell high, good sourcing, good selling, and I'll see you next time.